Okay, says I'm live here yet again. Welcome back to those that have come back. Chu says here, hi Gary, I'm going to have to give tonight a miss. So tired. Enjoy the race, mate. See you soon. Good on you, mate. No problem, Chu. I understand, mate. It's pretty late where you guys are for this one. Again, I don't get to pick the time, I'm afraid. So as you guys can see on the clock, I've got 3.5 minutes to count down for this race. It's going to be a 90-minute race, a bit of an endurance one. Hour and a half of straight up driving. We've got 63 guys registered to race. That doesn't mean, of course, all of them are going to join, but hopefully it's going to be a populated race. Just while I've still got a couple of minutes to go, I'll just scroll back here and just pull up my profile on Race U. I have recently reacquired my B license, so only one more to go to be an A-grade driver, so I'm getting up there now. Anyway, back to the countdown. Just click on races. There we go. Awesome. All right, 2 minutes 40 to go. So this is going to be interesting. I did have just a 10-minute practice before. I was trying to determine really just how much fuel, but I didn't get far enough into it for it to tell me how much fuel. I doubt that I can do 1.5 hours just on the one tank, so I'm going to have to do a pit stop somewhere. Seahawk 7 comes in and says, "Go Gazza." Thanks, mate. Appreciate that. Not sure if I've seen your handle before, man, but welcome aboard. Hopefully you won't be just by yourself and a couple of other guys will drop in. I'm not quite sure where you're situated, mate, but if you're on the east coast of Australia, I know it's a bit of a late one. As I mentioned before, unfortunately, when it's the live event races, I don't get to pick the time that they happen. Not so late for me. I'm in Perth, WA, so it's 10 p.m. here, so maybe I'll still be able to get some shut-eye before midnight. So 1 minute and 25 and counting down to join. There's going to be, as you can see here, if I hold my mouse over it, we've got an 8-minute qualifying session just to try and get a decent placing. Should be able to get in around 4 laps in that time. The race will, I think it's around 35 laps to do a minute and a half. Sorry, 1.5 hours is what I meant to say. So yeah, it should be approximately 35 laps and hopefully only the one pit stop. Don't know how many guys will be in it. When I get near the beginning of the race and I see my placing, I'll hopefully make some estimation of where I believe I hope to finish. I know somebody's got to win, but I think the chances of me winning are pretty remote. I certainly haven't won an event race yet, so I'll see how we go. Oh, Perth. Oh, okay, so not too far from me, mate. So all I can say is it's pretty cold this evening. Let's have a quick vape because I won't get one for a while. For at least once I start racing. All right, so we're just waiting now to get the join button. I have to admit I enjoy the online races against real guys the most. I mean, you know, AI is cool and everything, and you can set it to your skill level, but yeah, there's just something about racing real guys in real time. It's just that more exhilarating and unpredictable and emotional for some people, of course. You know, the AI doesn't display emotions, whereas real drivers do. Now, every now and then with the race use system, you'll get a race that actually conks out and doesn't work, but hopefully that's not going to happen with this one. So tactically, I'm wondering if qualifying. Sometimes I wonder if it's a great idea or whether it's better to just hang at the back. Here we go. We've got the join button. I agree. Steward's notice. Usually says stuff like, you know, race clean, be fair. So just waiting for the session to load. So Spa is a track I know really, really well, and the GT3 is a car I know really well. So this is a good combo for me. All right, so practice isn't even worth it. It's about to time out anyway. I'll use this time to just do some setup stuff here. As I said, I'm going to go with a full tank of fuel. What I should probably do is not go with a full tank of fuel while I'm qualifying. But remember to fill up when the race actually begins. I'm not going to do any other mechanics or ABS stuff to the car. I'm just going to leave it as it is. Let me just check it's coming up on the screen. Yep, I see it, it's there. Alright, 8 minutes of qualifying. Can you hear me, Jim?
Okay, Gary, I can hear you. Your pit exit looks clear. We've got 7 minutes to set a lap.
Alright, let's get into it. I'm ready. So at the moment, it says 12 guys in it. Hopefully some others will join during the qualifying session. As long as they're registered, they can join at any time. Gets it into a bit of a slide straight up. Tyres are still a bit cold, tyres and brakes. So racing in VR, Assetto course is good for that. Hopefully I won't have a bloody VR blackout or failure. It can happen from time to time. The last thing I need during an online race, of course.
P4. That's 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes.
think I'm pretty evenly paced with this guy, about the same distance. Oh, not the best. So this is my first flying lap, but the next one will be the one that I'm really interested in. Whoop. So you can see just above my steering wheel that green button. That's a really good thing in the 488. It actually shows whether you've improved on your best lap time.
Fastest lap for Aruju, 228.79.
Alright, this is the one. I'll have time to get in one more just after this. So far I'm in the green. I can't see by how far. There is a readout, but you can't read it. Numbers should be black, not white. It's there, but you've got no hope of seeing it.
We've got cold tyres, so we need to get some heat into them. To go, 2 minutes.
So I've been pushed down a few spots of 6. So there's some pretty serious guys in it. So it's still 12 guys. So again, I'm pretty disappointed with the attendance. You get 63 guys register for it and only 12 turn up. I'm gonna push down further, 7th now.
Fastest lap for Aruju, 218.20.
218's faster than I can go. But the best I can do is about 220. Now I think that's in the GT2 and the GT3.
GT8.
There we go, 221.
Sector 3 is 0.9 off the pace. Yellow flag.
So far I'm in the green again. Of course, a race that's this long, qualifying, you can argue that it's not that relevant because you're going to be driving for an hour and a half anyway, so being another 15 feet back or 20 feet back, does it really matter? Still in the green, I don't know by how much, but if I can consistently do 221 to 222s throughout the race, that's pretty good going. All right, now I'm in the red. Now I'm really going to be in the red.
Front tyres are cold.
Oh. So 8th is the best I can do. Could get bumped down further yet.
Fastest lap for Aruju, 217.90.
217, oh, no way I can get near that. No way. So I reckon I'm in the 223 something there. No, 222.3. Not so bad.
Car right, clear right.
Alright, so we've got one guy that's left already, so it's down to 11 of us.
Watch the track limits, please, Gary.
Alright, back to the pit.
That's the end of the session. P8.
See, just a quick scope at chat there. I haven't got time to read it, but I see Darren's come back. Welcome back, man. All right, can't see chat anymore. Estimated laps, so fuel, that was what we were going to do. 29. So as I said, about 35
The leader,
laps.
Aruju, is pitting.
So
8th place. Get ready.
9th of 11, so I'm down near the back. Right, around 40 seconds to go. So what I'm going for here is, and I've mentioned this before in other streams, in other races, consistency. That's not to say I'm not going to come off, but I'll be doing my best not to come off. I'm sure every driver says that, but... All right, 1.5 hours, here we go.
Go.
So I'm at the back, bit of a slow start.
Yellow flag, keep your wits about you, mate.
Look, bunch of guys off.
Left side, clear left.
Up in the 7th. to take it easy around that corner. Got another guy catching up to me. What's the gap behind, Jim?
1.2 seconds. Yellow flag. E7. Yellow flag.
Looks like this guy behind me is pretty keen to catch me.
Car right. Hold your
Fucking
line.
good one, genius.
Car left. Clear left. Left side. Clear left. Incident in turn 9. It looks like Carvalho. Left side. Clear left.
So I think it was this Luca Lima or whatever he's called in front of me. I think it was him. You know, he slows right down on Camel, lets me pass, and then what? Drives straight into me. Fucking loser. So it hasn't really cost me places as much as he's cost me the ability to gain places.
Now leading.
You know, I'm so much further behind now.
P8. The next car is Lima.
Yeah, I'm sure that's definitely him in front of me. Oh, fuck. Oh.
Yellow flag.
But I didn't hit the fence.
Okay, Gary, the next car is Penny.
Oh, what have I done to the car? I've done something to it, I think. How's my suspension, Jim?
Your suspension looks fine, mate.
Okay, I'm just driving like shit then. Oh, no, something's wrong. Something is wrong.
There's an incident in Radion. We think it might be Carvalho. Carvalho behind is pitting now.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
22 seconds. That's a new fastest lap for Aruju, 2:19.83.
No, it must have just been me. Car seems okay. How's my fuel, Jim?
Should be about 70 minutes of fuel left. 3.6 litres per lap. We'll need to add 21 litres to reach the end.
Well, that's what I wanted to know. Alright, so if I need repairs...
E9.
So that's all set up. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
22 seconds.
So I think it's going to be a lonely old race for a little while for me.
Okay, Gary, our fuel window will open after 13 minutes and closes after 1 hour 17 minutes.
How's my engine, Jim?
Engine looks good, mate.
Okay. How's my tyre wear, Jim? How's my tyre wear, Jim?
We're not seeing any significant tyre wear. New fastest lap for Aruju, 2:19.52. Aruju is leading the race.
Well, 9 of 11, not doing so well.
We just cut the track.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
18 seconds. The gap to Penny ahead is now 18 seconds. bit of tyre wear on all your tyres. The guy in front is Penny.
Well, Jim tells me that my engine's all right. I'm not convinced.
The lap time was at 2:23.34.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
16 seconds.
Slowly but surely.
The gap to Penny ahead is now 15 seconds.
It's this Louis Lima. He's the guy I want to catch. I don't intend to do anything to him other than overtake him, but you know, I definitely want to beat the guy that fucking pushed me off. Alright, so
is now leading.
one guy's retired, so I'm up into 8th. Having started in, I think it was 9th or something, I want to finish in the top 5. If guys don't have the stamina to finish, I'm happy with that. That's fine. That's one way to get ahead. I'm in the green, so I'll put in the fastest lap time so far that I've done. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
13 seconds.
How's my engine, Jim?
Engine looks fine.
How's my suspension, Jim?
We're not seeing any suspension damage. Okay, Gary,
tyre wear, Jim?
Penny in. The gap is 11 seconds. We've seen a bit of wear all round. New fastest lap for Aruju, 2:19.23.
Way to go yet, Jim?
The guy ahead is Penny.
I'm in the green.
You've just done a 222.33. That's your best lap in this session.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
9.0 seconds.
I'm getting there, Jim, I'm getting there. I'm gonna get 7th. Oh, there he is, a speck in the distance. I don't think you guys can see him, but I can see him.
The gap to Penny in front is now 8.9 seconds. Aruju is now in the lead.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
6.7 seconds.
Undoubtedly, he knows I'm getting closer. What's the gap behind, Jim?
45 seconds. Penny in the gaps now, 5.0 seconds. They're pretty slow into Bruxelles. Okay, Gary, pit window is open.
That's my fuel, Jim.
We think about 48 minutes of fuel remaining, 3.8 litres per lap. It looks like we'll need to add 36 litres to get to the end. The car ahead is Penny.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
3.7 seconds. Eighth place. Aruju is leading the race. Alright Gary, you're reeling penny in. The gap is now 1.8 seconds. That lap time was 2:22.60.
My tyre wear, Jim.
We're seeing minor wear all around. Car left. Clear left.
They pretty much let me go
Good work,
then.
mate, keep it up.
Yeah, he didn't try and fight it. Alright, so the next guy in front of me is the guy to push me off. Lima. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
27 seconds. P7. Aruju is now in the lead.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
25 seconds. Okay, Gary, the next car is Lima. The gap to Penny behind is increasing. It's now 4.4. That's good consistency, keep it up.
Okay, so that Lima guy's overtaken someone.
Yellow flag, watch out.
He's overtaken Anthony White. Anthony. For fuck's sake.
Track limits. You need to slow down a bit if you don't want a penalty.
Yeah. Got to pick your place, Jim. Right at the chicane is the spot to do it, where you have to slow right down anyway. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
11 seconds.
What's the gap behind you?
7.2 seconds. The guy in front is white.
Sound pretty racist, Jim. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
14 seconds.
Alright, let's see if we can make that up. How's my tyre wear, Jim?
Oh no, I just can't hear you. Penny is closing the gap. It's now 6.9.
That's only because I had to slow down for a minute, Jim. That's all it is. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
15 seconds. The gap to white ahead is increasing. It's now 15 seconds.
It's only because I had to slow down for a minute, Jim.
Aruju is now leading.
the gap ahead, Jim?
17 seconds. Penny behind is pitting.
About halfway through my fuel. How's my fuel, Jim?
Should be about 36 minutes of fuel remaining. 3.7 litres per lap. We estimate we're going to need to add 34 litres to get to the end. Incident in La Source. It looks like it's Penny.
He must have fucked up coming out of the pit. It's not a good thing to do, screw up as you leave the pit. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
19 seconds.
Wow, he's getting away from me. I was mucking around doing stuff though.
The gap to white ahead is increasing. It's now 19 seconds. You've got half your fuel left.
Come on, top 5. We want top 5. Only 2 spots to get.
Okay, Gary, the next car is white.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
20 seconds.
Oh, Alright, another guy's opted out. I was sure he was ahead that little arm, but I don't seem to have gained a spot from it. It said he disconnected.
Aruju is leading the race.
Well, that's not going to help. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
32 seconds.
How's my tyre wear, Jim?
Repeat, please.
How's my tyre wear, Jim?
We're seeing minor wear all around. The driver in front of us is Lima.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
32 seconds. position.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
31 seconds.
Well, a long way to go if I'm going to get this guy. A couple of minutes away from the halfway
Lima
mark.
behind is pitting. Okay, Gary, that's good consistency. Keep it up. P6.
Lima gave it up.
Aruju is now in the lead.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
34 seconds.
Right, one more place to get somehow. If I get it from a retirement, that's okay. I'll take it where I could get it. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
35 seconds.
I forget what it was before, but I think it's more. It sounds like more. Oh. How's my fuel, Jim?
We think about 28 minutes of fuel left, 3.8 litres per lap. We will need to add 31 litres to get to the end. closing in somewhere on each corner.
Alright,
Gary, we're halfway through. We estimate 25 minutes of fuel remaining. 37 seconds.
He's another 2 seconds ahead of me. He's going heaps quicker than me. So it's going to be pretty.
The next car is white.
It'll be pretty hard to gain another spot.
Lap time was 2:22.52.
Yeah, you already told us before he disconnected. Would he come back in, did he? I don't really see the point.
Is now leading. The car behind's pitting.
It's the cars in front I'm concerned with, Jim. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
39 seconds.
Guy that disconnected must have been behind, not in front, unfortunately. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
40 seconds. Is pitting.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
46 seconds.
Fuck.
There's an incident in Lacombe. It looks like it's Senna. Yellow flag. Okay, Gary. You're gaining on this car. The gap is 15 seconds.
Wasn't I supposed to gain a spot from him? Maybe not, no. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
16 seconds. Aruju is leading the race.
Senna disconnected. I'm going to get this fifth spot somehow, I reckon. Jim. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
17 seconds.
Well, I don't know. He's had some mishap, but then he's quicker than me. He's getting away from me again. So he's had a mishap, but he hasn't damaged his car. Oh, that was bad. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
17 seconds.
There's hope for me yet, Jim? How's my fuel, Jim?
We estimate 16 minutes of fuel remaining, 3.8 litres per lap. We think we'll need to add 35 litres to get to the end of the race. Gaining on the car in front. The gap's now 17 seconds.
That's what it was
He's
before,
pretty
Jim.
slow into La Source. B6.
We've got another retirement. Again, it was a guy behind me. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
16 seconds.
2/3 of the race being knocked over now, Jim. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
16 seconds. Okay, Gary, you're gaining on the car in front. The gap's now 16 seconds.
Yeah, but
he's slower than us into La Source.
I don't know if he's pitted or not, but I'm going to have to pit still yet.
Aruju is now leading.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
15 seconds.
That's better. That's what I like to hear. And we're coming down.
White is pitting from position 4. He should come out just in front of you. Alright, Gary, we've just cut the track.
How's my fuel, Jim?
We think about 12 minutes of fuel remaining. 3.7 litres per lap. We'll need to add 34 litres to reach the end.
Stutter and judder there.
You're reeling. White in. The gap is 6.5 seconds.
So if that guy in front of White that I was chasing down, if he's already pitted, I'm screwed.
Junior is pitting from P3. We think he'll come out close in front.
Oh. All right, less than half an hour to go.
Okay, Gary, you've got 10 minutes of fuel remaining. gap to white ahead is increasing. It's now 9.6 seconds. Aruju is now in the lead.
Right, and he's about 4 seconds behind the guy that I was chasing down, the one that I'm not sure is pitted yet. At the moment there's about 2 seconds between them, so the guy I'm chasing is about 11 seconds out, in other words. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
10 seconds.
So he's about 14 seconds out, actually, as best as I can tell. How's my fuel, Jim?
Should be about 8 minutes of fuel left, 3.7 litres per lap. We estimate we're going to need to add 33 litres to get to the end.
Whoa. I was on the road, Gary. Alright, they're right on top of each other now. It's only a second apart. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
12 seconds. The gap to white ahead is increasing. It's now 12 seconds. Gone out of track limits, keep it between the lines.
I sure did, Jim. That's my fuel, Jim.
Should be about 6 minutes of fuel remaining. 3.7 litres per lap. We'll need to add 33 litres to get to the end of the race.
Alright, so White's taken that spot from him. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
16 seconds.
How's my fuel, Jim?
We estimate 5 minutes of fuel remaining. 3.7 litres per lap. We will need to add 33 litres to get to the end.
Alright, so I'm going to pit at the end of this lap. So I'm pretty much doing everything, repairs, tyres, fuel, everything.
Alright Gary, 5 minutes of fuel remaining, 5 minutes. The gap in front is now 16 seconds.
Look, there's my fuel lights come on. Well, I've got a bad feeling that this guy's pitted already, because I started with a completely full tank of fuel, so he'd have to be, well, it depends how he uses his fuel, you know, if he was conserving fuel, but
Watch your speed limit in the pits. On exit, we should be in position 6, right behind Aruju.
I don't want to be behind the leaders, all right. Come on, tyre guys, get on with it.
Looks like you're clear on the pit exit.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
54 seconds.
How's my fuel, Jim?
We think about 29 minutes of fuel left. 3.6 litres per lap.
So I'm not unhappy. I think I started in 9th. So I know there's been some retirements and stuff, but that's, you know, that's still spots gained. If they don't have the balls to finish the race, I do. So all in all, I've gained 3 spots.
That's 20 minutes to go.
Pretty unlikely now that I'll be able to pick up any more spots. Unless this Gerard guy hasn't pitted yet, but I got a feeling he has pitted, I just didn't hear about it. I wonder if Jim knows the answer. Has P5 pitted? No, he doesn't know it. Doesn't recognise it. Has the car ahead pitted? No, he doesn't know.
Aruju is now leading.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
54 seconds.
the gap ahead, Jim?
54 seconds. Incident in La Source. It looks like Penny. Blue flag.
Alright, so I'm going to have to let the leader go by in a minute.
Blue flag.
Just wait for him to get a little closer. Right, 16 minutes to go.
Blue flag.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
54 seconds.
Getting pretty close to time to let him go past.
Okay, Gary. 15 minutes left. That's 15 minutes.
Go on.
Car left, clear left. We'd be warned about track limits.
Oh, you see, Ferrari's yellow. That explains everything. No wonder he's winning. What's the gap ahead, Jim?
36 seconds.
Really? Gap ahead, Jim?
37 seconds. That lap was a 2:21.93. That's your fastest lap. Good consistency. Keep them coming.
That's my fastest lap, but it's just not good enough, Jim. What's your gap ahead, Jim?
37 seconds.
What's your gap behind, Jim?
43 seconds.
Well, you got to check that every now and then, don't you? Make sure no one's sneaking up behind you.
Okay, Gary, 10 minutes to go. That's 10 minutes left.
Oh.
Good lap. That's your quickest so far.
What's the gap ahead, Jim?
40 seconds.
Alright, under 10 minutes to go. 9 minutes to go, Jim. The thin edge of the wedge.
Fastest lap for Costa, 2:18.94.
Oh. Well, that's the guy ahead of me, so he's going faster
Got a
than
bit of tyre
ever.
wear on all your tyres. Aruju is now leading.
Right, 7 minutes to go, Jim. still be checking the results at the end here just to make sure, you know, that I haven't picked up a place on penalties or anything.
Okay, Gary, 5 minutes to go, 5 minutes left.
So the leader, he knows he can just cruise it home now.
P5.
I've picked up a spot, Jim. I've managed to make the top 5. It's been a retirement. Jim. Yeah, so it's
car right, clear right.
Well, I guess one thing there too is,
fuel remaining.
You know, the leader, he knows I did the right thing by him before, getting out of his way, you know. And like I said, he's just going to, basically on the go slow now. He's miles in front. He knows that he can't lose. Why would he? Why would he push the boundaries and risk coming off and damaging the car or something like that when he doesn't have to? What's the gap ahead, Jim?
43 seconds. Just 2 minutes left, 2 minutes to go.
Now, why does that say he's in front of me rather than behind me? I don't get it. He let me go past and I was sure it was the leader. It does show the leader's in front of me. Let me got one of those Star Trek matter transporters. Oh, got a bit of a kick off that. To the finish, or whether I got one more lap to do. I'm guessing, yeah, I'll get across the line before it ends. It'll be one more lap.
I think P6 has binned it in. Turn 11. One more lap to go.
It's really based on when the leader crosses the line, not me. But he crossed the line well before it timed out. So if I remember correctly, there was 11 starters. I was 9th. So we've had 4 retirements, and I've picked up 4 spots.
There's an incident in La Source. We think it might be Aruju.
No, he's doing victory burnouts.
And there's the finish. Good result, mate. Well done.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad actually, Jim. It's a shame about my, coming badly unstuck earlier in the piece, but. Anyway, that was pretty cool. Where's my smoke? I'm supposed to get smoke. Here we go. Alrighty. Alright, so I'll just jump out. I do enjoy the endurance races. You know, you want them to be over. There's a point in them where you just want it to be done. Oh, what's going on? Here we go. We're out. All right, and you guys can't see the results, but I can see the results, and it says 5th, so it was 5th. All right, so just a quick scope through the chat there. I'm not sure when, but last comment, Glenn says, good job, Gaz. And then Bender, yeah, you weren't around earlier, mate. And Bender says, I have a question for you about Steam, Gary. Also, apologies for not getting last stream. That's fine, mate. That's all right. I had a big day at the footy and I was recording TV, so I couldn't use the computer. Fair enough. Also, I did a test on my YouTube channel, and I can do videos with gameplay and my face in it at the same time. Yeah, you set up your webcam, and you, if you're using, I suppose, OBS or Steam Labs, I think it's called. I don't actually use Steam Labs, although I should. I've got it on my other computer. I just don't have it on this one. But it's free, so it's not a hassle to get it. I saw Project Cars 3, but I don't know if I want to get it because it's 90 quid. Yeah, fair enough. You probably find a lot of the games are around that price. There's been some not fantastic reviews about Project Cars 3. Now, I don't own it yet. I was perhaps going to get it at some stage, but basically, yeah, the reviews I've seen on it, Bender, people aren't that complimentary of it. I can certainly tell you that Project Cars 2 is excellent and definitely worth getting. You want to get into the driving thing, man, and you want to do it on the cheap, a really good place to start is Race Room. In so much as Race Room is actually free. So the app itself doesn't cost you anything, but you'll only get about 3 cars and 3 tracks or something like that. So, but it doesn't cost you anything to get started. And then when you want to buy a car or something, you just spend $6 or $8, or a lot of the cars you can get like $5, so it's pretty cheap. And then you just spend a few dollars on it every now and then, and before you know it, after a few months, you've built it up and you've got quite a few tracks and cars. So that's a good way to get into it on the cheap, Bender. And then, if you really decide that sim racing is for you, then you can buy the basic Assetto Corsa for about $90. It'll cost you about $200 to get all the packs. But my Assetto Corsa is 5 times bigger than even the packs and everything that you can get because of all the free stuff I could download. And most of the other sims will cost you, between $100 and $200, usually around $90 to get the basic thing, and up, towards $200 to get the whole thing, elite versions with all the bells and whistles. iRacing is the really expensive thing, so that's a good one probably to stay away from. If you don't want to spend too much money. I mean, I've just had my second year subscription of iRacing come out off my credit card. It's $170 a year, and then the tracks and cars, you have to buy them too, so it's really expensive. You never truly own iRacing, and that's one of the reasons why it's the most expensive of all. I had Project Cars 3 on PS4 though, and I like it. Okay, well, I'm pretty sure if you read up, it depends if you're just gonna use a controller, Bender, or you're thinking about going out and getting a wheel. But of course, you get a wheel, and then you have to get a bloody frame and everything to put the wheel on, and that's at least a few $100 again. I just bought the front end because I already owned a car seat, and so I just bought a front end frame for about $100. I think it was $150 by the time I had it posted to me or something. But where can I get a pit slave like Jim? Well, Jim works with most of the driving sims, Darren, and Jim is free to download. If you just look up Crew Chief and you download it, when I start, you hear me swap. I say, I've got to swap Jim over. So what I have to do is, if he's set on Assetto Corsa, I have to hit stop, and then I select Race Room or iRacing or Project Cars 2 or whatever it is I'm using, and then I just switch Jim back on, and it goes radio check. I've got it customized in some way. You can have clean version of Jim for the kids, and you can have sweary version of Jim. And there's, you just go into the options and select the things you want. You have to configure it with your steering wheel and assign a button on your wheel to crew chief and everything, so that your steering wheel and Jim work the way you want them to. You could have Jim on all the time, but Jim's quite annoying, particularly if you're doing what I do, where you stream and I talk while I stream, and then Jim will constantly, if he hears you speak, he'll go, "Oh, sorry, I didn't catch that," and he'll interrupt you. So that's why you hear me go with the beep, just to switch Jim on when I need him. I have a Momo steering wheel that I've had for years. Yeah, well, if on a console, that's probably not going to work for most of the modern games, Bender. Although on PC, you probably would be able to use it, but probably not on all the sims. It's most likely to work on Assetto Corsa, mainly because it's the oldest. Well, I think apart from iRacing, I think iRacing was first launched. I could be wrong about this, but I thought it was 2008, whereas Assetto Corsa didn't come out till 2012. And I'm actually not familiar with the Momo wheel, to be honest. But anyway, guys, thanks heaps for watching that stream. I know the endurance races are pretty long, and it's like, oh, fuck, Gary's just going round and round and round. And, the field gets really spread out, so the endurance races, there's not all this excitement of vying for position much as you get just in the short races of 6 or 7 laps. It's a lot closer knit. So I appreciate you guys watching and all of that. I wish R Factor 1 worked on Windows 10. I used to love that game so much. R Factor 2 is not bad in full screen. All of these things would work great if I had a high-end graphics card. So I've got 4 that work beautifully. Assetto Corsa, Project Cars 2, Automobilista 2, and let me have a look at my Steam thing. What's the other one that works nicely in VR? Oh, and iRacing, sorry, of course. And then I've got the ones that don't work so well, that are juddery, and I end up using them in full screen. When I'm here by myself, Assetto Corsa Competizione works fine in VR. Not perfect, but pretty good, but it streams badly. Dirt Rally 2 works better in full screen. Race Room and R Factor 2 work better in full screen. Again, when I get a high-end card, that may change. And there, Darren says, I like the long races. Yeah. Well, they're a real test, Darren. So yeah, they're different. They're definitely different from the shorter races. And Bender says, I did buy it once, but I wasn't a fan. With R Factor 2. Well, for a long time I didn't like it. I still haven't been able to get into multiplayer mode very well. You got to buy again. You got to buy stuff. But even the stuff that I bought, I don't know. I can't. It keeps saying, "Oh, I download all this content," and then it does, and then the content I download doesn't work. So I haven't been able to get into live races with R Factor 2 yet. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Thanks heaps again for watching. Not sure when I'll do the next stream, but in the meantime, be good. I know that you will. Check you later.